My name is Christine Lavalier, and I am the next speaker. Today, we're going to discuss it's all about the realism in American literature. In American literature, the navigation is literary movements, author voice, slavery, civil war, western expansion, urbanization. First was the literary movement. The writing of this period steers away from the romantic, highly imaginative fiction from the early of 18th. The form literary movements also have the form movements are known as realism, naturalism, literature discontent, and regionalism. Realism. Most of the famous literature from after the Civil War is called realism. This writer turned away from a romanticism, the immense cost of life, from the Civil War, division American from the early 18th idealism. Their plan was to portray life realistically, hence the name, and the people are they were. Naturalism. Naturalism is not heavy fiction. It's more pessimistic realism. Really. The naturalist writer believed the larger forces were at work, nature, fate, and heredity. Their writing was inspired by hardship, whether it was war, the frontier, or urbanization. Next was literature of discontent. Along the lines of naturalism, the social problem of these periods were themes and forced to deal with. Many groups in the moment of freed slaves started expressing their discontent with the way things were. They started addressing this issue in their writing. Hope you guys get what this is the order voice of literature of discontent. First was August 25, 1836, died on May 5, 1902. Bret Hart moved in a mining community in California at the age of 13, 1854. He wrote about these communities for newspaper around 1875. Hart often collaborated with Cohen as an editor for the California newspaper around 1864. After a brief stint of success, his career started to flounder around the mid-1870s until he resumed to London from 1885 until his death. Brent Hart important works. First was the condensed novel, Approx. Uh, it released in 1870. The Lack of Roaring Camp and Other Sketches, 1870. This collaborate contains outcasts of folklore plot. One of the selection we will be reading, as seen, 1877. Brent Hart collaborated with Mark Twain to write this play. Collaborate. Kate Chopin, born on February 8, 1851, died on August 22, 1904. She was born in St. Louis, Mo, but she moved to Louisiana after her marriage in 1817. She wrote primarily on life in Louisiana and the people she met in the Bayou country. Kate wrote, she wrote primarily of life in Louisiana and the people she met in the Bayou country. Kate wrote some early, relatively unknown novels, but made the name with the short stories and her seminal work, The Awakening. After she was widely shown for writing The Awakening, Kate Chopin retreated away from the any major writing until her death in 1904. Kate Chopin important works was The At Fault in 1819. Her first novel was made in a little rebellion or success, desire, baby, 1897, and the awakening, 1899. Verse. Born on June 24, 1842, died of 1914 UNT. He enlisted in the army in 1861 and fought in many battles, taking serious one in 1864. He too spent much of his professional life working for a newspaper as a correspondent and witty writer. While working on columns and magazines, he wrote some of his best and most famous short stories, All Bitter Blues, Sleep of the Mexico in 1913, and likely died in the midst of Pancho Villa Revolution in 1914. But his actual end is unknown. Ambrose Bierce's important work, The Haunted Valley in 1871, his first story to be published, An Occurrence of Owl Creek Bridge, 1891, The Devil's Dictionary, 1906, a collection of ironic, better definition on a common words, one of the first most famous and enduring works, The Devil Dictionary. Jack London, born on June 12, 1876, died on November 22, 1916. His father, a roving astrologer, left young John with his mother, a spiritualist, and stepfather. His youth was spent working as a sailor and seeing much of the country as a hobo on a train. In 1893, he joined a protest army of unemployed Americans and in 1894 became a militant socialist. He started writing on his Alaskan adventure and time in the Yukon Gold Rush in 19. He committed suicide in 1916 as an successful writer and alcoholic. Chocolate. Jack London important works, The Son of the Wolf in 19. Jack's first novel earned him a wide audience. Call of the Wind, 1903, White Fang, 1906, The Iron Yoke, 1907. This political future fantasy novel anticipated the rise of fascism with threatening a currency to build a fire. In the American Civil War, the war between the states of the Nepalese War, Northern Russia, the scaffold of Southeast, aka withstand expansion. In 1862, the Homestead Act promised in 160 acres to anyone willing to live with a full land in the Western territories, leading to a massive immigration. About 5,000 or more farmers headed west, joined by the miners in cattle richer all fighting their freedom and chance of wealth. The first transcendental railroad was complete in 1869, furthering the push for expansion. Next was the urbanization. Urbanization is how European immigrants flooded American cities in all on the East Coast. The East Coast cities were heavily unprepared for the many people. This quickly led the vast overpopulation, resulting in high crime slums in many areas in the province. And our last topic was the Queen City. Skyscraper, the industrial city needed workers but often didn't work. The winds were so bad that only the working others could not support the house. The child never became. So that's all for today. Thank you for today. We're gonna listen to our next topic.